So gents, this is a video on restoring equilibrium when there's a surplus. So where we start is, remember, every single time we have to label our equilibrium point. So once we get the equilibrium point down, we can label those PE and QE. From there, we need to come across from the PE line and go all the way to where it meets the next curve. And we can label that QS. Because it hits the supply curve, that would be QS. Okay, at this point we know QS is greater than QD, so we have a surplus, and we can label this, we've got a full line, labeling that our surplus. So we can start our discussion already. There is a surplus as QS is greater than QD. Okay? Now, we go about the process of how to restore equilibrium. So we can get to this new equilibrium point. We can come across and we can put this in, press P1 in there, put Q1 in there. Okay, we know there's a surplus, so we know the suppliers are going to start the process, don't we? So, as there is a surplus, the producers will lower the price. We know this because PE has to come down to P1. So at this point, we can put an arrow in here and say that's lowering. Due to the decrease in price, quantity supplied will decrease. As it is relatively less profitable. Remember, when we talk about the producers, we talk about profitability. The two P's come together, okay? So, now we know at this point here that quantity supplied is also going down. And that will get to Q1. Just remember, this is the law of supply. Now we've finished with the supply side, so we can park what we've done so far, and now we can talk about the demand side. We know the producers have lowered the price. So, because the price has decreased from PE to P1, the quantity demanded has increased from QE to Q1. So now we know that this QE is pushing out as well. Okay, so why does this happen? This is because it is relatively more affordable is the law of demand. Okay, so now we know this happens until we reach equilibrium. So this continues until equilibrium is restored at P1, Q1, and remember our saying, and the market clears. So that's your model answer, gentlemen, for a surplus and restoring the equilibrium in that process.